And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and this week I reviewed Munchkin Dungeon, which I enjoyed. A fun, better version of Munchkin in my opinion. There's a lot of extra stuff. I backed the Kickstarter, I got an extra board, extra boxes, extra expansions, all kinds of extra stuff. So that's what this video is. I'm just showing off the extra stuff so you can see what it looks like. I will put some of it in my base game of the, to keep it, some of the monsters and such. And let's take a look at that. Okay, the first thing we're looking at is this new board. This is huge. This new board that you can add. And then you'll see that you can have 3 bosses, which means you need at least 1 expansion because only 2 bosses come in the normal game. And a ton more monsters. There's still only 3 levels that you're going to be going through. And there's even like some weird portal that you can go through and come out over here. Okay, that's interesting. The monster graveyard has room for 3 monsters. It's as if you want a bigger, badder, longer game. I think of all the things I'm showing off today, this is the last thing I would get. Not bad, but I think Munchkin the board game is a fine length. I don't think it needs to be bigger and longer. But hey, if you can't agree what monsters you use, this is the board to get. All right, now let's take a look at the Munchkin Dungeon box of holding. Extra stuff here for the game. This is unnecessary stuff, so we'll take a look here at the miniatures because that's probably what you want to see. That's what I always want to see. We got a couple new bosses here. The gazebo. If you've never read the story of D&D and the gazebo, that's a great thing. And another dragon, a pterodactyl. Here we got good old Santa Claus. Got some creepy clowns. Ooh, so creepy. So there's a lot of cool miniatures here and a lot more heroes. So what they did here is they added in, there's a ton of hero cards here. They added in the alternate genders of the ones that are in the base game. So you can see those here. And then they added in a few new ones like the elf. And then way more, several new Super Munchkins. This is something I don't really care about. I mean, how many Super Munchkins do you want to have? And then there's also the bookmark here, which I don't care about. But these I like. These keep track of the points. They're a nice addition to the game. And then a pile more cards. These show more weapons. The backstabbing knife. Improvised. More rooms, including, of course, the wandering monsters. There's the gazebo. So it's neat to have this stuff, but this is not anything I would consider that important. Then we have the Munchkin Dungeon board silly. So this first includes the shelves. This is the part I don't care about in this particular one. You add these shelves and you can display items on your shelf. So I can put armor on my shelf instead, and it will give me more points at the end of the game, an extra 2 points, and plus 1 for every armor. But you can't use these, and if you start filling one of your 2 shelves, each spot you don't fill on it will lose you points at the end of the game. That's okay, right? It's a way to display stuff. But we also have more monsters in here. We have the gigantic, the meeple. We have the net troll. And so we have a bunch of little guys in here. Let's take a look and see what's included here. A bunch more treasure, some more meeples, cyan meeples and brown meeples for those of you like collecting the meeples in the game. The bosses here, we have the Orc board game reviewer. What is this? Guy smashing the box with a hammer? This feels very, very pointed. We also have the Shrieking Geek. That also feels yeah, but do you really know about board games? The comment troll, the loaded die. I like the loaded die. I want to see this one get painted. That would be fun. And then there's the meeple boss, who actually will do extra damage to you for each meeple you own. So that's a nice thing for the meeples involved. And then the crawling hand, who doesn't want a hand in a game? And then we have more stuff. Richard the Kitten Heart, Cultist of the New. All sorts of stuff in here. More things. So I like all that. This is a little expansion I'd gladly add the stuff from. And finally, we got the Munchkin Dungeon side quest here. So in this, you have these side quest expansions. There are 4 new adventures. There's side quest tokens that you can have here. And you will give you a task and a reward for completing it. That's it. There are some new heroes included in here. We have the Rangers. They start the game with 6 threat cards, but they don't refill. Okay. And the Halflings, who start the game with 4 potions. So that's kind of neat to get those extra potions. And then a bunch of side quests and a bunch new monsters. Now, the monsters in here and the side quests and stuff, you know, there's, well, look, more meeples. So there's all different color meeples in here. A metric ton of gold. I like that. More empty rooms. The cat girl, the chauvinist pig. You cannot speak in its room. Every time you do, take 1 damage per word. Sphinx. Or I'm sorry, yeah, the Sphinx, the Platycore, Medusa, Mr. Bones. I do like the miniature for Mr. Bones a lot. I don't know what it is. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. So there's a bit of that going on in there. Then all the different little side quests. Of all the things to get, this might be the one I get the last. I think I like the Bored Silly better than this one. But there's extra stuff in here if you want it. There you go. There's no way that any of this stuff will mean anything to you if you haven't played Munchkin Dungeon, so go watch my review of that. I do like the silliness, the monsters. Like I said, I think that Bored Silly is my favorite one, even if they are swiping the board game reviewers. But still, a lot of fun. And I'm glad to add, the fact is I now have a huge deck of cards for the game, and I think I like that best of all. A nice, diverse loot set. So that's all the extra stuff for Munchkin Dungeon. I'm Tom Vasel. We'll see you next time.